Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's Foundation Friday for over 50s, we're going to be reviewing Stila Hide and Chic Foundation. This retails for $39 for 1 ounce and it comes in 30 different shades. Now according to Stila, this is a magic elixir of plush pigments and good for you ingredients that smooths, blurs, and nurtures for a healthier looking, more refined and even toned complexion. It promises no caking or flaking, customizable coverage, a natural satin finish, says it's good for all skin types, and that it is long wearing and humidity proof. So we are going to put all those major league claims to the test today on more mature skin. I'm 57, so I have my fair share of sun damage, enlarged pores, wrinkles, age spots, you know, the general stuff that comes with the territory. I have combo skin. I'm slightly oily in the T-zone, normal the rest of my face, a little dry sometimes around the mouth area. So that's what we have to contend with today. I do a multi-day wear test. I have already worn this 3, 4, maybe 5 days, I don't know, so far, and I try it with different sunscreens underneath because, as you know, sunscreen is your #1 anti-ager, so you got to wear that. But I also try it without sunscreen, different primers, different setting powders, different application methods, so we get a full vetting, multi-days, multi-hour wear test. All right, so let's get into it. This is packaged in a plastic bottle with a pump dispenser. The ingredients in here are water, silicone, and isododecane mix. It also contains Irish sea moss, which is hydrating, baobab seed extract, plant collagen extract. There is no sunscreen, no SD alcohol, which can be drying for older skin. There is no fragrance, and this is a cruelty-free brand. Stila's application recommendation is to shake it to activate the formula, and then they don't really tell you how to put it on. So of course I've tried putting it on with my fingers, a brush, and a sponge, and I'll let you know what I think works best. The swatches I have to show you on this one. The first one is light medium 3 for light to medium skin tones with neutral undertones. In the middle, we have medium 2, which is for medium skin tones with neutral undertones. The next one is medium 3, which is for medium skin tones with yellow undertones. All right, so the first day that I tried this, I had on my regular sunscreen mix, which is the Elta MD UV Elements SPF 50 mixed with Paula's Choice Superlight SPF 30. I didn't use any primer because I wanted to test the foundation to see how well it does on its own without primers to help. I applied it with my fingers on one side, and I used a BK Beauty 101 brush on the other side, and I used shade medium 2. All right, looking at it up close, I'd say I like the brush side better than the finger side. There were a couple of big streaks over here where it didn't blend, but this side is really nice. I mean, it's definitely like super sheer coverage. It's a very luminous finish. So I'm going to go ahead and add another pump just to try to build it up to more medium. And I'm going to use the brush for both sides. I ended up using about 2.5 to 3 pumps all together, and it still looked very skin-like and it's very buildable. I'd say it's giving me sheer to low medium coverage. It's definitely covering up redness and fading age spots. Since it does have a luminous finish, I feel like the shine is accentuating my texture in my T-zone. But the good news is so far it didn't settle into wrinkles and it didn't settle into pores. I thought it looked really natural and really skin-like. When I looked at it up close, I didn't feel like it looked like makeup sitting on the surface of my skin. Because it was so luminous, I decided to add some setting powder to take down the shine and to make my texture be more minimized. With the rest of my makeup on, I thought it looked really pretty. I really liked the lightweight feel of it and the natural look of it, and I was very, very happy with how it looked. I was having a really exciting day of doing yard work and fall yard cleanup, and so I got all sweaty and I was expecting this to be a hot mess when I came back to the camera for the 5-hour check-in. But I gotta say, I was amazed at how good this looked after doing 5 solid hours of yard work and wearing a hat and sunglasses. It is definitely heat and humidity proof as it claims. and it wasn't shiny, it wasn't sliding around, it wasn't settled in my wrinkles or pores, and it wasn't worn off. And I gotta say, I was so psyched and super impressed with this. At the 10-hour check-in, I was pretty pleased with how it looked, considering that I had gone back out and done another few hours of yard work. So it was really like a full day of being outside working in the yard and sweating. It was mainly still in place. It had only gotten a little bit more luminous in my T-zone. And it's a little bit worn off here, but not too bad anywhere else. It's not like making my wrinkles look bigger or making me look older or accentuating pores and texture. I think it's pretty, youthful. It stayed in place. It's not full of SD alcohol. It's not full of fragrance. Oh my God, you guys. Like, I'm trying not to get too excited, because every time I get excited about something, when I look back at the footage later, I'm like, oh my God, that looks so awful. Why are you excited about that? So anyway, hopefully when I review this back, I will still be excited about it, but yeah, so far, kind of love it. So that was a great start for day one. I'm rarely this psyched at the end of day one, but of course, you know, we have to go ahead and test it a couple more days. So the next time that I tested it was with no sunscreen in the evening. So if I'm going to like a party or something and I have worked out late in the day and I take a shower and I'm all clean, I'll just put on a little moisturizer and then put on a foundation to test it. I won't get a full, you know, 10-hour wear test out of it, but a good 6 hours just to see how it looks, if it looks any different without the sunscreen or wears any different without the sunscreen. So it was about 6:30 that I was putting it on. I did use the It Gripping Primer underneath it, and I applied it with a sponge to see how it went on with a blending sponge. All right, so here's what it looks like just applied. It is such a beautiful skin-like finish, and I gotta say, without the sunscreens and all the other stuff, it's not as luminous as it is when I have sunscreen on under. Sunscreen just adds that extra luminosity to everything. So I think this isn't accentuating my pores and texture as much as it does with sunscreen. Like, I feel like it's fairly smoothing. It's so sheer though and skin-like, like it doesn't look like makeup. I'm gonna just add a little more coverage because this is so super sheer. It's right on the fronts of the cheeks and my nose, and how's that? All right, 6 hours in with the Stila foundation with no sunscreen under, because I only wore it at night. Went to my friend's 50th birthday party. Had a really great time, lots of dancing, a little bit of drinking, a lot of talking over loud music. So my voice is a little gone. I can't even talk, so let's just look at the makeup. No, I think it's still in place really, really well. It's hardly worn off at all. No settling in wrinkles, no settling in pores, no getting shiny. I think it looks good. So that was a short day. Then the third day, I decided to try it with my chemical sunscreen, which is my La Roche-Posay Anthelios AOX Daily Antioxidant Face Serum with SPF 50. That's a mouthful, huh? But I love this stuff. It is my favorite chemical sunscreen to test foundation with. I did use the It Gripping Primer underneath it. I applied it to half my face with the sponge, half my face with the brush. I think brush and sponge go on about equally. I did use quite a bit of it. I think I used about 3 pumps of this. This is so liquidy and so sheer that to build up any coverage, you really do need to use quite a bit of it. I felt like the luminosity from the sunscreen was definitely showing through a little bit, so I needed a little bit of setting powder. So that was the 5th day that I've worn this all together so far, and every time I've worn it, I just really, really love it. So I'm going to try the Jeffree Star powder. Right, so there's my makeup for today. I'm wearing the Tartelette in Bloom palette on the eyes. Got the Ciate blush on the cheeks and NARS Lippy on the lippies. All right, 5-hour check-in on the Stila Hide and Chic on day 3 with the chemical sunscreen. Was hoping to get a sunshine test today, but it is pouring rain out. Really loving this foundation. I gotta say, every time I wear it, I'm really happy with how it looks throughout the day. It definitely has more of a dewy, like satiny, more luminous finish than I would ideally like it to have, but with a little bit of setting powder, I think it looks really good. I haven't reset it. I haven't touched it up at all. It's been 5 hours. It's super humid out, and it's not getting like overly shiny. It has not settled in wrinkles. It hasn't settled in pores. It doesn't look dry. It doesn't look drying. It doesn't feel drying. It feels very lightweight, very comfortable to wear. And I think it has just a really nice youthful glow to it that looks great on the skin. I feel like it's practically invisible sitting on the surface of the skin. Doesn't look like a mask of makeup. It's very, very natural, but it gives a nice amount of coverage. So it's just a little shiny right around here, but it's not like clinging or, you know, sliding around, and not settled into any wrinkles. Not making my pores or texture look overly accentuated. All right, 10-hour check-in on the Stila Hide and Chic foundation. It has gotten a little more luminous right here and by the sides of my nose, but I haven't repowdered, I haven't touched up, I haven't blotted all day, and it's not like super luminous or super shiny. It's not super worn off either. It's mainly in place on most of my face. I'd say this is one of those ones that just wears away in a really nice subtle way. So it's not like my nose is bright red or my chin is bright red or it's got big, you know, smear marks in it or anything. You know, it's only the slightest bit worn off here where my foundation always wears off first. And by the sides of my nose, it's actually not too bad. So, all right, so that brings us up to today. So we still have to do the phone test, the flash test, the outdoor footage. So let's get that all done. So I went out in the other room and did the flash test. Here is the flash photo. I gotta say, this definitely photographs a lot lighter than like the rest of me. Like, see the color of my chest versus the color of my face. Sadly, I'm gonna give it a fail on the flash test, but if you're just looking at it as makeup, I think it's really nice looking. I mean, I gotta say, it photographs beautifully. My skin looks really smooth, like especially that forehead texture that I'm always so self-conscious about. Let's go ahead and do the phone glass test. So there is the nice sparkly clean phone glass. I'll just press it up to my face for a minute here. That's like a little heart. Not the worst I've seen, not the best I've seen. I'm gonna give that one a meh on the phone test. All right, let me get my vlogging camera. We'll go out to the kitchen, then we'll go outside. All right, you guys, here we are checking in on the Stila Hide and Chic foundation in the lovely overhead yellowy kitchen light. So here's how it looks. Oh, sorry, my dryer's going. Dog just walked in. So anyway, here's how it looks. I just think my skin looks so smooth in this. Like, I love the smoothing effect. I love how it doesn't look like makeup. It just looks like skin. It's not waxy or heavy. Oh my gosh, I just love this stuff. Maybe it's my imagination. Maybe I have my contacts in backwards. Who the heck knows, but it just looks so good to me. All right, now let's take a look at it in natural window light. Love it, so pretty. You know, the last, how many, like 5 foundations I've tested, I've been complaining that they've made my upper lip look wrinklier. No upper lip wrinkly look on this one. Like, it just makes my skin look so youthful. I love it. All right, you guys, we're heading outside. Ooh, finally fall came to New England. It has been so gloomy the whole last week, and I'm so happy that we finally got some sunshine today to do the sunshine test. But it's very, very windy. All the leaves are blowing around. Okay, here we can do the sunshine test right over here. Sunglasses on top of the head. I thought it looked really good in the overhead kitchen light, really good in the natural window light, and really good out in bright sunshine. I really am not seeing the texture of my skin, and I'm not seeing that cakiness that a lot of the foundations, you know, It's so obvious when you go out in the bright sunshine what they really look like. This one is just so skin-like and so natural. I think I'm like totally loving it, totally digging it. So passed a lot of the tests, so I think I'm ready to do the pros and cons on this one. On the pro side are the natural looking skin-like satin finish. You guys know that I love a natural looking foundation. I want to look like me, only better, and that's what this does. It hides all my redness, hides all my age spots. It doesn't settle into wrinkles. It doesn't settle into pores. It actually smooths your pores, makes your textured skin and enlarged pores look better than they are. It is easy to apply with a brush and a sponge. It blends well. It's buildable from super sheer all the way up to, I would say, like full-on medium coverage. It is humidity and sweat resistant. It's long wearing on its own without primer. The primer helps it last a little bit longer. It is youthful looking. It has no SD alcohol. It has no fragrance. It is a cruelty-free brand. It's lightweight. It's comfortable. It's non-drying. It's just everything. It's given me life and I am loving it. There are a couple of cons though. On the con side is that it does take quite a lot of it to build up coverage, but if you're looking for like a sheer look, then you can use a normal amount, but if you're trying to get it up to medium, you'll end up using about 2.5 to 3 pumps and you might go through it quicker that way, but it wasn't hugely expensive. So, and then the other con is the flashback. It just is not good in flash photos. It is beautiful in like a regular daylight selfie, but when there's a flash involved, it does tend to look a little bit whiter than the rest of your skin. So with a pros list like that on this one, I am happy to report that we have another holy grail. I know, how many years and how many foundations have we tested in order to get here? My previous holy grail, the Chanel Ultra Le Tint Velvet, is specifically made for people with combo to oily skin, so it really left out most people in the older spectrum because most older people tend to have drier skin. This is going to be perfect for everyone. Like, it works so well on my combo skin, so if you have the same skin issues as me, you could love it. But if you have dry skin, I think you could love it too because it's not drying, it doesn't have the SD alcohol if you're opposed to the fragrance, the price, the limited shade range. I mean, this is a great foundation, but there are some things that could definitely be improved about it, and I feel like this has just got all those bases covered. I mean, it is like as close to perfection as I have seen, and I have to thank my friend Lisa D1 here on YouTube who recommended this to me. I probably wouldn't have tried this. It was not on my radar as something to try, and she texted me and said, hey, I would think you would really like this Stila Hide and Chic foundation, so I went out and got it. And wow, wow is all I can say. So thank you so much, Lisa, for this. I feel like with full confidence, you guys, that I can highly, highly recommend this to you. And I think that you will love it. So I want you to give this one a try, whether you sample it or buy it. I hope you try it. I hope you love it. Please report back and let me know anywhere you can, Instagram, here, there, anywhere. And if you want to see, of course, where it ranks on the list of all the foundations that I've tried, it will be near the top. So you can check that out. That's always over on my blog, and the link to my blog is in the information box below the video. So that is my full review on the Stila Hide and Chic foundation. If you found the review helpful and informative, go ahead and give the video a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. As always, everybody, I thank you so much for your time and really appreciate your watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.